This is Slip and the Man, where we bring you our viewpoints, comments, and everything else that we want to give you. It is a beautiful day. Mitch, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's opening day. Masters just started. It's like this Christmas to me. Tradition
It's
unlike
a
any
great
other.
feeling right now. It's definitely a great feeling right now.
Both
I
rocking
really
our.
don't know what to do with myself.
They were both rocking our teams. You know, it's just one of those days you just rep your teams in baseball. The Braves aren't playing today, are they?
Yeah, they're playing.
They are playing. Okay, there must be a later
Yeah,
game.
they're
Okay.
they're playing. It is a it's an 8 o'clock game. They playing on ESPN too, my man. The Reds.
Oh yeah, that's a big
Yeah,
ceremony.
the
That's right, the
Reds.
big ceremony, the big game,
Uh,
man, big moment.
I guess I gotta turn it on ESPN two at like 7:45 ish. I forgot all about the ceremony. I'm so excited just to see baseball
Oh, of course.
because, quite frankly, I did not think that I was going to be seeing baseball at this time.
Me either. And I even predicted. Remember, I said that I didn't even know if there would be a season. I believe on our last episode.
Yeah, I it definitely seems like it was rushed at some point. Like it was just like I really wonder if they actually made this commitment like so much earlier to actually work through these things that it may have been better in the end.
Yeah,
But it's here. So like I don't want to do too much complaining. I'm just gonna bask in what this is, and it's opening day. So I'm just feeling good. I'm just feeling good. Your boys are playing right now, right?
they are playing, and they're not looking too great. I mean, they're pretty sloppy. I mean, they got 5 hits, but 2 errors, and my in the first inning, my big news today before the game was
Hmm.
um, I in my face of the franchise. I mean, you can say Brian Reynolds is the face of the franchise, but the true face of the
Hmm.
franchise for the future is Ryan Hayes, and he got a
Yeah.
8-year, $70 million extension, which is the largest in Pirate history, which is just absurd and embarrassing. But it's big. It's a good big step in the right direction. Hopefully, that's more to come, and that there more commitment there with keeping players and keeping them for the contention window. But then he gets hurt
Hmm.
in the first inning, and
Yeah.
that contract extension is pending a physical. But they said later reports after he was injured say that it was minor and he's in no pain. So hope for the best there.
Yeah.
But big scare though in the first game because he got hurt early last year. You can't have that happen again.
Yeah. I personally don't think there's anything to worry about with him. Um, you know, he's like not passing the physical and then going out to play, right?
Exactly.
So I think he'll be okay. The interesting part about this whole thing is that that's the first extension like that since 2010 or 2012, correct? For the Pirates?
You mean that big of one?
Yeah.
I think Kutch was the next closest, but his wasn't that big of a contract as Hayes. The last one was Jason Kendall, which
Mhm.
was like back in like 1997,
Mm.
and that's when I mean
Well,
that's almost 20 years.
from what I understand, even McCutcheon's contract extension wasn't the biggest in Pirates
Oh
history,
no, it wasn't.
which is kind of a shame
Yeah,
on
he.
what's really going on there.
I mean, of any player in recent history, it should be Kutch that had the most money, or it should be right as the last person or the biggest contract since this one.
Hmm.
It should be um, Kutch because I mean what he did for that city and the team and
Hmm.
pretty much on his back carried that team to success and was the face of it. So it's kind of a
Hmm.
shame that he didn't get paid for his time there and what all he did. But it is the Pirates and it is Bob Nutting still owning the team, so that's what you get.
So talk to me about the NL Central. It's
Well,
not a very good division.
No.
Um, when looking from top to bottom of like their top team really isn't that good looking at them. Um, their bottom team, I mean, I guess that would be the Pirates, right? They aren't really spending too much money.
No, I guess the other team that
But a
can,
lot of good players, but like, not anything that you'd see above 500.
yeah, absolutely, and I agree with you there. But also in that is that they're still not in that contention window. But with the division, like you're talking about, the outlook for the NL Central is not as one of the weakest divisions in baseball, if not the weakest, in my opinion, because you have the Reds who just did a complete fire sale this offseason. They're pretty much depleted. Besides like that Votto, because I mean, they're stuck with his contract and he's just aging.
Hmm.
But really, I mean, they're if you look at their roster, I mean, they're not good at all either. And I think the Pirates, in my opinion, and then the Cubs as well. But they did sign that Seiya Suzuki, was a big offseason move that they signed for the Cubs. But really, if you look at the Cubs roster as well, I mean, they're nothing special either. So with the Pirates, Cubs, and Reds in that division, and not being in my like a playoff team, that leaves the Brewers and Cardinals really. So a
Hmm.
lot of things can happen. I mean, and the Cubs just beat the Brewers
Yeah.
today.
It
So
the Brewers, the reigning division champion, right? They did not look good today.
no,
Their ace gave up 3 runs in 6 innings, which is a quality start, but honestly, you are expecting better than that from a guy who, is a Cy Young candidate. Um, they almost made a comeback, but like you're talking about the Cubs, the Cubs maybe have 3 major league players.
yeah,
It's a shame what they're doing. And the key part of the Brewers that's going to get that team going is Christian Yelich. And I'm not sure if you missed that. I'm not sure if you missed that last at bat to end the game. But my goodness, he looked terrible.
yeah. I actually did
I,
miss it, but I mean, it is a shame. I mean, and it's funny with like you talk about Christian Yelich,
uh,
him. It's like his career right now and Bellinger's career. Like they just were both at MVP caliber that same season, and then the next season and up to this point have just been just a complete fall off to be even though like, I'd say below average players in the league,
hmm
which is insane because of with the how they played that MVP year, their MVP um, contention year, and when Yelich ended up winning it in the NL. But yeah, I mean
hmm
Yelich, this is big for him because like a lot of people are still have faith in him, and then how much faith can you still have left if it's another year of what
Yeah.
he's put up like the last couple of years?
Yeah. And you're expecting him to actually be your best player.
Yep.
And if he's not performing at that, it's going to be interesting because what happens if Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff don't pitch as well as they have? Then this team is
Hmm.
honestly a mediocre team.
They have a
They are a
decent
middling
bullpen,
road.
but yeah, like you said,
Oh, yeah, they do have a top bullpen, but like
the starting pitching is big.
a good bullpen doesn't mean anything when your lineup and starting pitching don't do anything.
And that's a fact. It's
Like good bullpens thrive when the rest of the team is good. Good bullpens cannot thrive if they're not given the chances to actually be good.
Yeah, exactly. And another factor that goes into being a good bullpen and having a weak starting rotation is that you're just burning out the bullpen because if those starters
Hmm.
can't last and get those quality starts, you're just throwing
Hmm.
in your bullpen and their arms are just they're using up way too many innings than they should be. What they're even
Yeah.
probably what they're used to, and at least to
Hmm.
be successful. It's
Yeah.
not. It's just not gonna. It's almost impossible for that to work if they are just being used that much in a year, and that's what happens when your
Yeah.
starters can't even last like 4 innings.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
I completely agree with you.
and I think that is the biggest thing to watch for the Brewers this year for sure. Is that
Yeah. Who do you think is the projected winner in the Central? Because I got my team, and I hate this team, but I think I know who I got in this.
I think I have mine too. I mean, just based on their consistency is the Cardinals, and I still think they have the lineup and still have the pitching. I mean, their pitching still isn't like the strongest, but just they just are that sneaky
Yeah.
team that always are there, and they're always like
Uh-huh.
competing for the division title every year. So I still go with the
Yeah.
Cardinals. The Brewers
Yeah,
are a close second. It'd be a nice race.
I think it's the Cardinals as well. Especially if they can continue what they did to finish the season, then they're going to be right there. And I mean that, and not, and it's not even that the Cardinals are an extremely dominant team.
So
It's just that who else is going to be there?
they're
Who else is going to do anything? Because half the teams in this division have given up. So
exactly
it just makes it that much easier.
just down to two
And
teams in my opinion, and
yeah.
Brewers and Cardinals. And like we were just talking about with the Brewers, is this their I don't trust their starting rotation enough, and I even their lineup really. I mean, like who
Uh-huh.
if you had to say who's their best hitter in their lineup?
Of the Cardinals?
No, the Brewers.
Of the Brewers. Oh, is
It's
it McCutcheon?
sad. I mean, I
Is
get.
it McCutcheon?
What he did today so far, but even like beforehand, I would like before the season even started. Like I guess. I mean, it would be Yelich back in 3 years ago,
The
but
only other person that I think is in that realm is Rowdy Tellez, and
Rowdy.
Rowdy Tellez can't be the best hitter on any team.
No,
So,
no,
I
not at
mean,
all.
like who else? They got rid of or Avesel Garcia went to the Marlins
You know,
for some god awful reason. So like, who do they have?
That's why like part of my pick was like their lineup, and you look at the Cardinals. They got Goldschmidt, they got
Arenado.
Arenado, and even Tyler O'Neill today, and he's been even last year starting to get his uh he's coming up in the system as a prospect. What they were expecting is he's starting to show it. So
Hmm.
like this
Absolutely.
is with those three names. So you can even name three guys in the you can barely name one in the Brewers. So like
Hmm.
that right there,
Yeah.
even with their lineup, I mean, I think that's just. I mean, never know. I mean, this is just this division. Anything can happen. I mean, who knows? Even the Cubs could come out of nowhere and just get hot, or Reds, Pirates, anything. But I mean, that's very unlikely. But I just think the Cardinals, they're just that consistent
Yeah.
team every year. I think the last 10
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
they're in one
You're
of the
right.
top
You're right.
records in baseball in the last 10 years of
Hmm.
records, probably, of consistency.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Um, let's move over to the AL Central.
all right.
Very similar to the NL Central, except the teams that you expected to be at the bottom may be a little bit sneaky. I
Mhm.
think there's one clear favorite that a lot of people will have, and that's the White Sox.
Yep.
But you got to be worried about the Twins.
Mm-hmm.
And you almost got to be worried about Detroit, too, that may be sneaky.
Yeah, they really, I mean,
They're a
the
young
moves they made.
team. They have the, like, two of the top five prospects in baseball, Torkelson and the
Mm-hmm.
other dude, that are going to be coming up at some point this year.
Casey Mize is still
It could
young.
be sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
However, that White Sox team is just really good. They, they,
Yes.
they just have ballers all over the field. And if they have Luis Robert coming back healthy for the whole year, he's going to be a beast this
Oh,
year, man.
I mean, and in their lineup, I mean, it's just almost you can name the whole lineup pretty much of at least I wouldn't say
Uh-huh.
superstars, but definitely people that are going to contribute that RBIs, just like as above average players. I mean, Tim Anderson, Eloy Jimenez, Robert, um, and Jose Abreu. I mean, those right there. And Jose
Hmm.
Abreu has been on a
Yeah.
tear the last few years. I mean, he puts up over 100 RBIs every year. So, and then not to mention to add to the White Sox is their bullpen. They have probably the best bullpen in baseball of names if you look
Hmm.
on the roster. So,
Yeah. I definitely feel that.
but the Twins though, I just feel like they made some right moves this offseason as well.
Like, you think about this, Byron Buxton,
Yeah,
who people discount because he was hurt for a lot of last year. Dude was on an MVP pace last
he
year.
was.
Great player. Carlos Correa. You can expect Miguel Sano to have a bounce back year.
Max Kepler.
They have Max Kepler. There you go. Gary Sanchez. Who so like there's a lot of sneaky people that when
Mm-hmm.
if things go right, they could be a good team.
I mean, I think Gary Sanchez is a huge upgrade from Mitch Garver, in my opinion.
I don't know if he's a huge upgrade.
I don't know. I think this thing, Mitch Garver. I mean, I guess a huge upgrade. I mean, it is pretty much. I guess they're the same kind. They strike out a lot. Pretty much a boomer
when
bust.
when when Gary Sanchez is on, I mean he's like one of the top catchers in the league.
Mm-hmm. Hitting wise.
How often does that happen, and when has it ever been sustained? You know, he's
True.
shown flashes of damn, this dude's gonna be good, and then he's shown like, yo, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't have that in a catcher consistently. At least Mitch Garver, you knew what you were getting with Mitch Garver. You were
True.
getting 20 home runs and a 265 average.
I mean, at least exactly. I mean, I'd rather know what you're going to get out of it than you just never know. Like it just and it fluctuates up and down. It could be a good year, it could be a bad year. You just never know. But yeah, at least consistency is big. It could consistently bad, consistently good. At least you know what you like I said. If you're going to get the value is easier to value the player.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think anybody's concerned about uh, the what is that team in Kansas City?
The Royals.
The Royals. I don't think I can't remember their name. That's how much they are a non-factor to me. They aren't even worth me remembering their name.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I mean they.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they rock. But I'm not too confident in thinking that they're going to do anything big.
I mean they got probably the best catcher in baseball. Um, but other than that, it's pretty much. I don't know. I can't even think really who else is on their team. I know they got Zach Greinke pitching. They got him back to where it started, but I mean, now he's washed. I mean, he's been washed. Greinke.
Isn't Grinky like 50 years old?
Something like that. I don't know.
Isn't his arm about to fall off?
I don't know. He throws that 50-mile-per-hour pitch sometimes, so I don't know.
He throws 55 on the regular.
That's true. You ain't wrong.
Yeah, I mean, good for Grinky to keep pitching, but like he's not moving the needle for that team.
Yeah.
Whit Merrifield has not been the
Yep,
guy he was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Is he up and comer
We'll see
there?
what he does.
Yeah.
We'll see what he does.
He's I guess.
Did he do something today?
Not that I don't think not that I know of. But I did see like one at bat. I think he just grounded out or something when I did watch it earlier, I believe. But I mean, it's a first game. You can't put everything on a first game, obviously. But I do think that he's definitely a big. I think he's a front runner right now in AL Rookie of the Year, though.
Yeah,
on everybody's list. So we'll see.
We'll definitely see. What division do you want to cover next?
Let's do the how about the NL West?
NL West. Interesting division. This is a division a year ago where we were thinking that the Padres would do something, and then they started out hot and then just fell off. Like they fell off so hard that they couldn't even make the playoffs, and it's not like it was that difficult to make the wild card in the NL last year. For them to be on pace for such a good record and the way that they fell off, it was nasty. It was ugly. They made a move today to get Taylor Rogers.
Yep.
Is that going to be enough? I don't know. Our man, goodness gracious, Fernando Tatis Jr.
It's hurt.
Messed up his wrist or hand riding a motorcycle, which is absolutely stupid. That's an easy way to lose $300 million.
Nothing Madison
It's just
Bumgarner.
just absolutely stupid.
I don't get these players doing that stuff when you're making that much money.
And Madison Bumgarner is still trying to fight the Bulls. I mean,
uh,
can someone be that ridiculously stupid?
I don't get it.
Apparently.
I guess it's just pride. They just want to just try to prove the point, but it's definitely not working.
Well, Madison Bumgarner, he is a bum, and so are the Arizona
Is he a
Diamondbacks.
bum now, or
So
just a bum in general?
he's a general bum. He's got bum in his name. I don't know any more man who was born a bum than
He's
him.
a mad bum, though. He's not just a bum. He's a mad bum.
Good point. That's a great point. Is that a good thing to be a mad bum?
I mean, it's more intimidating. At least, like, I mean, it's not just
No, that was a trick question. He's a bum.
okay. There you
It
have
doesn't matter what kind of bum you are. You are a bum. Oh my goodness, man.
it. It looks like a bum, smells like a bum. You're a bum.
Exactly.
There's no way around it. He
It's,
definitely is a
I
bum now,
mean,
but you can't put his success in the past. But he just needs to hang it up,
he's had a little bit of success in the
especially the
past, yes,
postseason when
but
it matters. But still, he needs
he
to hang
was
it
a
up.
bum then too.
That's right. He still was a bum. I mean,
You know what? Put this on the poll. Is a mad bum worse than a smelly bum? Hold on, let me put this on the poll. Is a mad bum? Thank you for that, Bishop. Is a mad bum? Well, which is worse? There we go. Which is worse? Mad bum or smelly bum? Content does not meet guidelines.
because
Let me
you're
add
talking.
3 M's to
Yeah,
that.
because you're talking about bums here. I was like, I was about to say, what kind of bums?
How is bum a bad word?
Well, I could see a context where it would be bad,
I
but
added 2 M's to it, so that could be better. Apparently, adding 2 M's to that makes it acceptable. Even though, but you know what? I this is I don't know if this is appropriate for this podcast, but Twitch, get over yourself. Get over yourself. Bum doesn't meet the community guidelines. You know what? I'm tired of Twitch always coming in Captain Save-A-Ho on these scrubs. We can't call people cucks. We can't call people simps.
easy
And
now.
we can't call people bums now? All right. I'm sorry.
Woo, man, sweating.
What is going on?
I don't get it. I don't get their what they're trying to do here.
Where are the Padres going to finish in this division?
Padres are going to finish second.
Second.
Yep.
Wow.
Dodgers.
Where do you have I did make that assumption. Yes, I think I got the Dodgers winning too. The Giants. They won 100 games last year.
But you look at their
Did they win
roster.
100 games?
Yes. I think they had the best record in baseball, if I remember right.
They lost Posey. They lost Posey, but no one's giving them the credit. Like, they were a good team.
Yeah, they were. But the way I value them looking at them this year, they did lose their I think ace, right? Gosman. Was Gosman their ace last year? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. Well, Gosman was good for most of the year, but Logan Webb came to be their ace.
So now that's who they have this year. But losing Gosman, though, still a top end starter, the rotation. Losing him, and if you look at their team, lost Chris Bryant as well. And they still have Longoria, but I mean he's a bum as well.
Well, they were good before they were good before Chris Bryant.
Well, they were, but I mean that's just the trade line, just rental.
Still fairly big loss.
But as I look at them this year, at the beginning of the year, losing one of those pitchers, I just see them. I mean, they're still going to contend. Don't get me wrong; they're still a good team, but I still think Padres are a little bit better, and it'll be a fight for second and third between the Padres and Giants. But I still think the Dodgers are going to run away with the division, though, in the end.
Yeah, I mean the Dodgers are a really good team. They're only getting better. The only thing I'm worried about with the Dodgers is their starting
Yep,
pitcher. They have Bueller and I don't know who else. I don't think
Kershaw,
Kershaw's the
but still.
same guy that he has been, which makes sense at this point in his career. I mean, dude's only 32, but like it seems like he's been in the league for like 20 years.
It really does.
And like at some point those innings are going to catch up to you. He's not that ace guy anymore. Is he above average pitcher? Yes. But even above average pitchers, they above average means that you're having like a 3 ERA,
Yeah.
which,
In today's day and age with the home run ball, I mean, that's kind of been a
yeah.
lot more of the average
Hmm.
for sure.
Yeah. We don't know what's going on with Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, Urias though. Urias still has his name.
Urias. Now, some people are thinking Urias is a Cy Young candidate. I'm not sure if he's going to be
Uh,
able to replicate what he did last year.
yeah. We'll see. I'm not putting
But
my hopes up for that. That's for sure.
he's been consistently good, but we're talking Cy Young good. I
Yeah,
don't know. I
big
don't know.
expectations.
People are thinking that because he had the most wins in the NL as a pitcher, but is that more indicative of how he pitched or how good the Dodgers lineup is? That only got better. Well, I don't know. They're still really good. I'm not sure if they got better.
I I don't know. I with their rotation,
Is
I don't
Freddie
think so.
Freeman a better hitter than Seager? Um,
Yes.
Last couple years, yes. Next year, I don't know.
A new team, a lot of times the big change like that can. I mean, look at Machado for example. When Machado was with the Orioles, was one of the best hitters in
Hmm.
baseball. Went to the Padres,
Yep.
but then again, that stadium had a factor in it as well. Because Petco Park is not, or it might be another name now, but San Diego's field is definitely not a hitter friendly. It's more of a pitcher friendly, which was a factor. But
Hmm.
still, his first year in San
Hmm.
Diego when he went there, it was his numbers were way down hitting wise with
Hmm.
homers and production. So, I mean,
Hmm.
we'll see. But I still think he's a better hitter overall than Seager. Not by much, though.
Hmm. And no one cares about Colorado, right?
No, I mean they got Chris
Okay,
Bryant.
I don't
That's it.
care. Is Chris Bryant good?
No,
I said earlier in the show that he was a good player, but like,
imagine.
um, yeah, almost a lot of Stugatz and
Yeah,
everybody.
there is. I'm about to say it. You got,
But like, I don't want him. I don't want him to be my top player on my team. That's not a team that's making the playoffs
no, not at all.
at this point.
For the Rockies to even really make the playoffs, which they did, I think, a few years ago, but at that stadium, it's so hard
Hmm.
on them other pitchers, and like they just have to have this a monstrous lineup that is just going to be putting
Hmm.
up runs like crazy to
Hmm.
be able to at least for and they have to have good road splits too. Not only could they have to play well at their own home stadium, they got to have good road splits when they aren't in the altitude of Denver. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's just a lot of things going against Colorado in many ways.
yeah, I definitely feel that.
And then the Diamondbacks.
Well, we already talked about that bum.
That's true. And they got
Let's move to the AL West.
that. All right, intriguing.
The A Is this going to be the year that the Angels finally get Trout to the playoffs?
Yes, maybe no. I don't know. You would think so. You would hope so. But I mean, with Otani, but I know Otani. There's probably the chance of him doing what he did last year is very slim. I don't see that the same production. Still think he's going to put up some good numbers, but um, I don't know.
Well, him putting up the same production is not going to be what makes that team good. It's going to be everybody around him and Trout
True.
actually performing and their pitching, which they signed Noah Syndergaard, but like we don't know if Syndergaard is going to be able to come back and be strong. They have that guy Patrick Sandoval, who was their top pitcher last year,
Hmm.
and I'm not sure. And I think this is a good question. Is Otani more valuable as a hitter or a pitcher? What do you think?
For them, pitching, I think, because they need pitching more than anything.
That's a good point.
Because their
That's a good
pitching,
point.
they've that if you look at their history since Trout's been there, they just have never had pitching. Like an actual, they might have names, but they just never really produced what they should have, and that's what's kind of been their downfall. But there has been
Mm-hmm.
hitting lacking, of course, like you said, around Trout, and then it was Pujols at the time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, Pujols didn't perform while he was there either, which is a big reason why they haven't made it since. Um, really, what like they thought when he signed with the Angels, but I think Jared Walsh. I mean, Jared Walsh, a lot of pressure on him to have a big year to help within
I
that
mean,
lineup
he
as
was
well.
one of the bright spots last year.
Yeah,
You know who's not given enough shame for the stuff that he's been trying to pull, the robbery he has pulled?
who's that?
Um what's that dude that plays third base?
Rendon. I was about to go. Yeah,
Yeah, Anthony Rondon. Tony.
Tony.
I'm gonna call him Tony until he starts hitting again. That man has been a certified scrub.
I agree. I mean,
And
since
he's getting paid 30 million a year
he
for
won that,
that?
he won that championship. He's just mailing it in.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't know. Um So I think this makes it more important for Otani to be a better hitter because
That's
Trout and Walsh are going to need help
that's
because Tony ain't providing it. They've released Justin Upton. We don't know what's going on with Adele and the other dude. What's the long haired dude
mm,
prospect?
I know who you're talking about. Cannot think of his name
Ah
right
man,
now.
I can't remember his name. It was on the tip of my tongue. But we don't know what they're coming with this year.
No, which is crazy.
So many things have to go right for the Angels that it's just like even in this year where a lot of teams are down, Houston is down. They're not as good as they have been. The Mariners are getting better, but the Mariners are the Mariners.
Hmm.
Now they made a lot of good additions, but let's see if those additions are actually going to play out. Texas doesn't have pitching.
Yep, they really boosted
But if
their
I'm going
hitting.
to say who has the best lineup out of anybody in this um in this division, I'm going with Texas.
Yeah, especially with Houston losing
I
some.
don't think you think that's a stretch for me to go with Texas on
Not
this.
really. I mean, if any other, I think a competition with that would be Houston. Still, even though they lost Correa, they still have like Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
Altuve, and Bregman. But really, I'd probably go with Texas as well. But by at least right as of right now, like I think that
Mm-hmm.
just with their additions they made, just and they also, I mean, they're the ones that got Mitch Garver actually. So, um,
Mm-hmm.
so
So they have Simeon, who's been one of the best hitters in the MLB over the past three
mm-hmm,
years. Sneaky guy. That
very
because like
sneaky.
if you were just to throw it out there, people would be like, but if you look at the stats, it's there. And then Seager, who is an absolute boss.
Definitely, yeah. Seager, I'm excited to see Seager in
Um,
Texas.
Adolis Garcia.
Yeah, he had a great year last year.
They have pieces to where those supporting casts, they don't have to try to overproduce because Simeon and Seager can carry lineups for a long, long time.
Absolutely, and that's a great point. It's all about the pressure because when you first come into the league, you shouldn't have that type of pressure on you to carry a franchise and team all on your shoulders right away. And that definitely really helps those younger players out. And Texas has had some
Mm-hmm.
good younger players as well in their that have been coming up as well. So I mean they're in a great position right now. Now, like you said, they did get Jack Leiter last year to help with the pitching because their pitching is weak right now. But I mean now that's what they can concentrate on improving now. Now they have
Mm-hmm.
pieces there.
Yeah.
Now they focus on the pitching going forward. But yeah, they're definitely in a good spot.
So who do you have winning this division though?
That's a tough one. With everything as a man, I still think I'm going to Houston just with their just recent
Houston.
success. They still got pitching,
Yeah,
and
I
I mean
don't
their
blame you
lineup.
there.
They lost Correa, but literally other than that, they really haven't lost. I don't not that I know of really much else. If I can top of my head think about, so I still go with Houston. But I think Texas might be
Now
that second place team.
I said this team didn't have the best lineup, but out of all the teams in this division, when you're talking about pitching, when you're talking about bullpen, when you're talking about hitting, a consistent team that is, I feel like, is only going to get better. I think I got the Mariners winning this division. I just don't believe Houston's going to be as strong. I think Texas needs to add some starting pitching before they can really get over that hump. I think they're going to be a much improved team, but I don't think they're going to be exactly playoff ready unless it's going to be that last wild card spot because there is another wild card spot.
That's very
And I
true.
wouldn't be surprised if they snuck in there. But when you're talking about the best team consistently, where I don't think they have any flaws, although they don't have any premium. I think that's the Mariners. I think that's going to help them be very similar to what the Giants were last year. I'm not saying that they're going to win 100 games, but they're going to surprise some people and be really good in a division where they expect two other teams to be a lot better with the Angels and Houston, those teams that are expected to be better.
Absolutely. And they're on their way too. I mean that division's shaking up to be. I mean, and really right now, if the Angels don't continue to with their I feel like they're at the same spot every year. It's just crazy when
Mm-hmm.
you have the
Yeah.
well, it's starting to slow away now, but I still think he is the best player in the league,
Yeah.
slightly. But when his prime, that you've had his prime for now, and
Mm-hmm.
not even in his prime, he's putting up the numbers he's putting up. You got to build around that guy, and you got to give everything, go all in at that point, because you know you
Yeah.
don't have. I mean, you're limited time with somebody like that, even though they did sign him long term. But for his production, now he's starting to get injured the last couple of years, so they might have missed a window. Hopefully not, because I do want to see Trout win one. He deserves it at some point.
Yeah, yeah. I want to see Trout in the playoffs, but that that Angels organization has not done him any good,
Well, that's exactly that's all. That's who it's on at the
and
end
it's
of
a
the day.
and it's a damn shame.
It really is.
It's a damn shame.
Because a lot of people outside of baseball does not know the face of the MLB, Trout, and like they when
But
he
he's
go.
not the face of the MLB.
Well, he was. I'm kind of going back like a couple years.
I don't even think he was back then.
Who do you think it was then?
I think there's been so many people who has had a bigger face of the MLB with over their time. I think Judge was a big face at one point. I would say um, who else was a bigger face at that time? I'm not saying that he wasn't the best player. I'm saying that he just wasn't the
Yeah.
face.
He should
Um,
be the face. I mean, that's what they should
I
be trying
think
to promote at least.
yeah, absolutely. Who else was in that time? I'm drawing a blank on people, but if I'm thinking
I mean, Tatis has been one.
right, he a guy like Tatis blew onto the string the scene and then I, I was about to say stream. He blew onto the scene. And immediately was a bigger face than Trout. Not saying that he was a better player, but was a bigger face.
Not
And
everybody is
Trout,
made to
they've
be a
never
face.
been able to market Trout
No,
to really maximize the shit that he was doing, which
exactly.
is a damn shame
It
because
is
it's he. You look at the first 7 years of his career, all Hall of Fame,
already.
easily, easily.
Yeah, it's absolutely
And
insane.
and so someone putting up that kind of production, historical production, and for them not to do anything is sad.
They wouldn't be able to recognize him if he was just out in a grocery store. I guarantee 90%
Yeah.
of
You,
people
you
wouldn't even
think
recognize him, who he is.
what grocery store do you think he shops at? You think he's a Whole Foods guy?
I don't know. I see him more of oldies.
I think he's a farmer's market guy.
Farmer's market, really.
He's a farmer's market guy. Oh yeah,
I can see it.
I think he takes care of his body. He does what he needs to do. He
He
goes to
is
the
from
farmer's
Jersey,
market,
though. He is from
gets the
Jersey.
best of the best.
That's a good question, though. That is a great question.
Hmm.
What grocery store does Mike Trout shop at? Wow.
Let's go to the East.
AONL.
You want to do AL or NL? Goodness gracious.
Let's do AL first. We'll save the best for last.
Oh my goodness, Wolf Daisy with the raid.
Daisy Lou.
Oh my goodness. Daisy, what is going on? Gotta give her a shout out. Shout
Absolutely.
out to my homie Wolf Daisy. We're just here, just cutting it up with Slipping the Man here. Thank you for the raid. Let's get back to the NL
Oh,
and
no,
AL
do AL first.
East. You want to do AL first?
Yes.
Now, this is a team that has about 4 really great teams.
Both the East, in my opinion, do.
Yeah, that's a well. That I think the East NL has 3 really good teams,
And
but
maybe
AL has 4,
true.
maybe a fourth.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But we have the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Rays, and the Blue Jays, and this is probably the hardest division to really look at and see like, oh, who is actually going to come out and win this? All of them are very good teams. All of them can get in, and don't be surprised if this division has 4 teams that actually make it to the playoffs. It's wild that that could possibly happen, but I think at least 3 teams make it to the playoffs out of this division, similar to last year, because the Blue Jays got better.
Yep.
I think the Yankees got better because they got rid of some of the people that were holding them down, and the Rays are always there. The only team that I'm worried about because they're so topsy turvy is the Red Sox, because the Red
Mm-hmm.
Sox are last place one year, then they best in the division next year. Worst team in the league, win the World Series the next year. So you never know what to expect with the Red Sox.
Yeah. But I look to see Trevor Story, one of my dark horse MVP candidates this year.
That's such a great pickup. I forgot about him.
Yeah, I think he's going to kill it in Fenway. Well, just for the Red Sox in general. I think that's a good fit.
He could. He could. He definitely could. And I don't know who I'm going to choose. So I'm going to let you go first. Who do you got winning this division?
Oh, oof. Man. That is a tough question. I'm in the same boat like with the teams you mentioned in the same with the Red Sox being wishy-washy the past couple years. Good grief. It's down to 2 teams for me, and it's the Blue Jays,
what are those 2 teams?
Blue Jays, and the Yankees.
Okay.
And right now, I'm looking like in my mind trying to think of the pitching situations here. I think the Blue Jays have better starting pitching overall as like a committee than the Yankees, but I think the Yankees have a better bullpen. So like the one side, you have a better bullpen with the Yankees, you have a better starting rotation with the Blue Jays. But like as we were talking earlier about how rotation's important, I think I'm going to Blue Jays this year. I'm going to go. I think that's who I would have if I had a short, quick answer. If I had if I was forced to make an answer, I would probably say Blue Jays right away. So I'm gonna go with Blue Jays this year. I think that they can do it as long as Vladdy can still be that MVP type of player that he showed last year.
It's amazing that you chose them because I think I got to go with them too. I don't think the Yankees made enough improvement all around to surpass them, and the Blue Jays are only got better with pitching. Their bats are only going to continue to grow.
So
like,
young.
Bo Bichette is only going to continue to get better. They got Matt Chapman.
Yeah,
I mean that's a team that I feel like can really get it done.
As long, George Springer, if he
And it's
can turn it around as well,
well, he's also got to stay healthy now.
that's true.
George Springer, when he was playing, looked like an MVP guy,
Yeah,
and he's got to continue that work. Otherwise, it's definitely going to be interesting. But he has to continue that work, and that is just such a strong team. Lourdes Gurriel. I mean, it's just they're a really good team. I think they're only going to get better. I don't think the Red Sox or the Yankees made enough improvement overall. Because you know all of them were about equal last year.
yeah,
Give or take a couple games, that can sway either way for any team. So I even last year, I don't know who was the better team, even though I know the Blue Jays didn't make the playoffs. But like can you really give me a definitive answer that they weren't better than the Red Sox or the Yankees? You can't tell me
no,
that.
yeah,
On the other side, I don't think the Rays made any improvements, but the Rays always are around and always are surprising
they
people.
are. But I think they're at the point they are a team that really relies on analytics, and they are a small market team as well. And it's a matter of time. They can't keep. It is almost impossible for a small market team to keep up the success that they have. So they I see them starting on that decline trail is starting soon. I mean, they just got rid of Meadows too. They traded him to the Tigers. What, yesterday? Was it yesterday or the day before? When Meadows,
The day before.
yeah. So I mean, they're getting rid of him, and now they're starting to probably try to get those pieces to get younger again for future. So I mean, I think you're going to see a big fall off in the Rays this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think that's very spot on with some of my ideas of like, can the Rays actually sustain this kind of stuff up? And I'm
Mhm.
not sure. I'm just not
Yeah,
sure.
but like you
But they
said,
always surprise us.
they always surprise us. I was about to say, I mean, so you never know. We'll only know.
Last but not least, the NL East, and it's possibly the easiest one for me to choose.
Oh, what a
Um,
surprise!
I mean, look, I have the banner right there.
You're
Is
wearing the
this the
shirt.
wrong hand? Is this the right hand? I'm not sure.
It's right.
Other, I mean,
It's the
I
right.
luckily I could have used either hand, and I'm pointing at a brave sign, so it's obvious who I'm choosing. I'm going with the Braves. But here's my thing about the Mets. The Mets don't have the starting pitching to win. And that's wild when you think that they have Scherzer and DeGrom.
I thought
However, both of them are injured. Scherzer's getting up there. And on the other hand, DeGrom is hurt. We don't know if he's going to be able to play. Like that. And he always seems to have those nagging injuries. But other than that, do you know any of the other Mets starting pitchers?
they still have Carrasco. I
You
don't know.
trust in him?
No, I just don't know. You said if you could name another one, I'm just going on
Yeah,
question.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
I think you're right.
I mean, they are top heavy in a rotation, but like you said, with them the injuries, in recent
Chris
years,
Bassett from
yeah, they got infinite A's
yeah.
off season. Yep.
So it's definitely going to be interesting with the Mets because I'm not even sure that their lineup got better. Like they added sexy man Sterling
Starling
Marte,
Marte, yeah.
sexiest
Show,
MLB
I
the
mean, the
Show
show
card
card
in
art
history.
and 21, 20, yeah, 21.
Hmm. Absolutely the sexiest. Um, Alonso has been a disappointment.
And he's just, yeah,
Lindor has had a great spring, but he had a good spring last year too.
we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
James McCann is not a very good catcher. He is a average catcher, and they signed him like he was a very good catcher.
Yes.
So, like, I don't see the Mets getting above third place. And in second place, I have the Phillies, who have a better lineup. Castellanos, we'll see what he's going to be able to do. Bryce Harper is going to be Bryce Harper. I think we've seen Bryce Harper. He's going to be a perennial MVP guy,
Mm-hmm.
and it I'm kind of happy to see him be Bryce Harper that he is.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie.
I think the biggest factor in that lineup for me now that's going to really make it or break it for him is like Kyle Schwarber. I think
Yeah.
he has the potential. We saw what he did when he went to Boston, before he got injured, and that's another thing with him is his injury history. But if he can put up
Mm-hmm.
the numbers, like we were talking about earlier with teams, if put out the pressure off Harper a little bit and help him out with the RBIs that
Mm-hmm.
he's putting out, and I'm sure they're probably they playing
Absolutely.
today. I wonder what their lineup's looking like, but like what the batting order is. But I'm sure it's gonna be like Trout, Schwarber, and Castellanos all bunched up
Trout.
together. Not Trout. I'm sorry. Harper. So I was trying to say. Definitely not Harper.
Yeah. The Harper getting the Trout.
Harper getting a Trout. Yeah, but I
Yeah,
think that
and
it's gonna be
Castellanos
interesting.
is always a consistently good guy.
He is.
But it's going to be interesting to see how they all put it together. That's what happened last year. They weren't able to put it all together.
That's true.
Um, and so they do have Wheeler as a guy who can come out and do some damage.
And the next Met there too as well.
Um, but the rest of the bullpen, I don't know about. Um, yeah, I honestly just don't know about because they have Aaron Nola. But even he had his
Oh.
struggles last year. They do have a number three. I
It,
can't remember his name,
uh,
but they have a lot that they're expecting to put together, and they weren't able to do it last year. So I don't know why I'd expect them to do it this year. You got to show me that you're able to put it together for me to actually believe that you can do it. And so until Philadelphia actually shows me, I don't know. I don't know what to do with them. I
I,
just don't know.
I'm in the same boat as you. I have Braves winning it as well, and I have Phillies second too. So my outlook is that I just think it's just gonna be like you see until you see it. But I am predicting in my mind that I can see the Phillies actually putting it together and actually
Yeah.
it's gonna be a fun race. I think this year with the Phillies and Braves to see who wins that division. I think that division
Mhm.
is probably that and both the East divisions are the most exciting to
Yeah.
watch. Besides maybe the NL
Extremely
West, but
competitive.
definitely as a
Extremely
whole.
competitive.
Besides the Orioles and Marlins are definitely, but Marlins are more competitive than the Orioles. But they just got Soler too, which is interesting. I mean, that could be interesting.
Hmm. Definitely going to be interesting. Before we wrap up the show, because we did a lot of talking on some MLB, we don't want to
Oh,
make sure we go over our time.
yeah.
Who is in the World Series for you? Don't give me a winner. Just who do you say is in the
Who's
World
in the
Series?
World Series?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Because I got mine.
you got yours? Man.
I got Braves and White Sox in the World
Ooh,
Series.
that is
Book it.
that's book it. Wow, that's actually I like that actually. I mean, Braves making it back to back to years of the World Series. That'd be entertaining. I mean, they definitely are capable. Man, now you ask me that. Hmm. I think I would have to go with. Let's see. I think I'm going Dodgers and the Blue Jays.
Dodgers and Blue Jays. Ooh. I like those picks too. I don't think either of those can go wrong.
I mean, the thing is with my pick, I just gotta hope that Blue Jays are killing it and they get to the trade deadline and they just stack up on relief pitching. That
Mhm.
was because their relief pitching, I think, is their weakness. But other than that, I
Yeah,
think they're gonna just have everything else working for them. So
I feel you.
man, I like that.
Yeah. That's been a really good review. Um, before we wrap up, any thoughts about a tradition like no another?
Oh yeah, that's true. Tiger Woods is back. Always makes the Masters better. I'm
Listen,
definitely
and if Tiger's playing, I'm rooting for him
yeah.
for obvious reasons.
That's true.
So
And I mean, the golf. But the good thing about golf is there's no teams, right? You can have a group of golfers that you enjoy, so the odds of them actually doing well is a lot higher as well. Like, oh, okay, like I am in that boat. I always like Tiger. Tiger's what kind of got me into golf, of course. But I like now the younger group of like Ricky Fowler, Bryson DeChambeau, Justin Thomas, and there's someone else I can't think. But they're all in that group together. They're all friends. But I do enjoy watching all of them. That's why I like golf, just because I can enjoy watching multiple people and root for them all,
yep,
and it doesn't really matter in the end who wins to me. So
absolutely.
yeah,
My goodness gracious. This has been Slip in the Man, where we give you our viewpoints, ideals, opinions, thoughts, notes, all that good stuff. We'll be back soon. Make sure y'all stick around for the post game show. We'll play some co op for y'all.
let's do
Peace.
it.